the people wandering the hallways in the Star Wars costumes and in the Star Trek costumes. Now, I'll be honest, I've seen trooper groupies. Okay, I've seen women hanging all over the guys from the 501st.
When was the 501st started?
What?
When?
Because in 1976, 30 people in Starfleet uniform marched around the Statler Hilton Hotel and scared the crap out of every living human being in Manhattan before some of the people in the 501st knew how to watch
Right, but when
TV.
do you see Klingon groupies?
In 1977.
Which brings up yet another interesting point. When a
How
villain
many
is a
foreign
villain-
languages has Star Wars inspired?
When a villain is a villain,
Utagundus,
he's a
solo.
villain all the way. Right?
Yes.
What's the villain? You need to know who the bad guy is to know where to shoot. When a villain is a Klingon, well, nah, he's not really a villain. Let's make him a good buddy because, we like him better that way. Okay, well, the Romulans are the bad guys. Well, yeah, but we're going to have to borrow their cloaking device to make the Defiant work. And you don't know where your enemies are.
Yeah, the Borg are evil. The Borg are oh wow, that one's really good looking. Yeah, hey.
It's a Death Star, but square.
So you have a
Where?
So you have obviously learned the essential lessons that hard labels are not always fixed, and what you thought was your enemy is a valid viewpoint to be adopted over time. And what you thought the evil empire were the Klingon Soviets, now they're your friend, the Klingon Russians. And what you thought was the enemy Ferengi are actually your trading partners who are better at it than you are. And what you thought were the mean, rotten, and vicious Romulans. I concede the point. They're mean, rotten, and vicious.
Rotten, vicious kids.
So you've learned that what was once your enemy is now your friend. That you learned 45 years ago, but forgotten. But we'll dumb it down to remind you.
Remember, a long, long time ago, and 200 years in the future.
We can't go back in time. We will go forward.
Okay, let's take some contentions from the audience.
2
Bones of
points.
contention. Yeah.
First thing, Luke is kissing his sister. You didn't know till during the movie he was your sister. So you can't say incest because he didn't know. They never met.
Poor boy didn't know what he was doing. Captain Kirk certainly does.
Should have said
Second point, both shows are fantastic. Both, but you gotta think, a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away, 23rd century, how can they mesh? You're talking about the past to the future.
They don't mesh. They're two different tales.
That's what I'm stating. They're both different. This is a long time ago. You're in the future. Fine. Take it as a flowing thing. It doesn't matter.
Oh, sure.
Both shows are fantastic.
Well, I guess we're done then.
Well, my God, you win.
You have to know that in Star Trek 11, when it's break night on the ship, what are they going to be doing? They're going to go down to the common room and watch a Star Wars movie, aren't they?
Oh, yeah? Let me make a nice little comment here. You talk about how there's 700 hours of Star Trek and the
did.
I did.
You did. But you also talk about how it's all these series and all the things that it's worn out and dying and everything like that. You got to admit, in the 700 hours, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Not like you sure have 6 hours, but you also have that great Star Wars Christmas special in 1977 with Beyonce singing.
Oh yeah, bring up the Christmas special.
1 point, merchandising.
Yeah.
Both shows.
Yeah. Spock's brain. Yeah, we're pulling out the big guns.
Okay, yes.
I have 2 points. First off, without Star Trek making the mundanes accept things, Star Wars would not have existed.
Walking on the path.
Secondly, does Star Wars have things that are actually coming into production now, like cell
Hold up your
phones
communicators.
and like diagnostic beds?
Of course we do, but you think we're actually going to show you that Death Star?
No, because those are for the elect few, I suppose.
Yeah, the secrets of the Empire.
Okay, here. Yeah.
I have one.
Wait, I'm sorry. I heard nanotechnology. I think we have the explanation of midichlorians.
Grey
I have a
goo.
button that to me signifies a commonality between the two things.
Stars.
One side, the Star Trek side, now cover that. James Kirk, you said, the boss, the glory devolves on him, but he has to have all these people helping him. And on the other hand, the Empire, there are rulers that dominate and run roughshod over others. And my button says, power corrupts. Absolute power is kind of neat.
There aren't rulers that dominate. There is ruler. There is Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
There is but
Bad
one. One ruler to rule them all.
No, different franchise.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking like Rock Vader, which also doesn't quite cut it.
So it's kind of neat. You don't want to let go of it.
Well, yeah.
And that corrects you. Whether you're ship captain, you
And
can go
leads
over
you
off
into
the rails.
pointless wars.
Dan, you
Help us.
Very entertaining. But I'm not quite clear what the real debate is, because whatever you want to throw at Star Trek, and I thought like Enterprise was just awful. You wait another season, another show, another movie, and something good comes along. Whereas Jar
We
Jar
hope.
Binks will always be with us.
Wait, no. Okay, you know what? Wait, I have an answer for this. No, everybody picks on Jar Jar. Rightfully so. Okay? But when the time came to say we need the one man who's going to lead us to victory,
Binks?
who's the guy who destroys the Galactic Republic? Jar Jar Binks. Okay? Thus, the Star Wars universe shows us that incompetence is its own reward. Okay? Thus giving us a moral lesson. I think this is important.
I was thinking it shows us that one screw up can really do a good job if he puts his mind to it.
Yes, one
Especially
man
when he's
can make a difference. However, the whole Galactic Senate can really make a difference.
Jar Jar Binks is a man?
Yeah, that's I was going to say that too.
I thought he was an alien. Or something.
No, he's not an alien. He's
Sentient
one
being.
of many.
I'll use the expansive definition. He is
Yeah.
a sentient being.
We still haven't proved that.
Yeah.
He is a semi-sentient being.
Just because you speak does not imply intelligence.
Where's the physical actor that played him?
What?
Was the physical actor? There was a physical actor that played Jar Jar. I thought it was computer generated.
No, Ahmed Best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a voice.
He actually
right?
just did an episode of Robot Chicken a little while
Oh,
ago.
okay.
Playing Jar Jar.
That's
Yeah,
a voice,
okay,
right?
I screwed that one.
I just brought up before, you were saying, "May the force be with you," is this almost worldwide known phrase. You can basically get anything to the masses by repetition. Get her done. Where's the
Sorry?
beef? Lucas is more of a merchandiser. He's more of a, hey, let's get the toys out, let's get the slogans out, let's get the let's wow the kids for Christmas. Where Roddenberry's a storyteller, and that's where the two.
let us debate the quality of the merchandising.
Lucas is a world-class merchandiser. This is the man who, before there was merchandising, knew to tell the studio, I'm not going to take as much money from the film, but by God, I want the merchandising rights.
I think also, the thing is, Star Wars has never been shy about the fact that it's a massive merchandising empire. Okay? Star Trek kind of doesn't want you to think, well, we have no money in the future. Well, I sure as hell need a lot of it to buy those action figures. Okay? And you're charging me $150 for the DVD set. Cut me a break,
But then it turns out they do have money, they just don't have pockets.
Rebuttal?
That was the studio, not the
If you
original
need
creator.
quantities of things, you can go to Google and Google all the Star Wars merchandise that you don't have the time or the money for. Or you can go to Google and you can Google philosophy, and you will find more PhD theses, more ethics, more things to feed your brain with on Google than you could ever find in a merchandising Ferengi mentality of merchandising. Feed your wallet or feed your head.
Tell us, please, the value of these PhDs based on fiction?
Well, I think
Find out how many Star Wars PhDs there are, and we'll talk.
The other thing here, though, is that, as I said, Star Wars is just much more honest about its rampant capitalism. Star Trek, we have the Federation, okay, which is basically, they go to other planets and they say, hey, we have this great Federation. We'd like you to join us. If you don't want to join us, that's fine. We have this prime directive, which means we'll never, ever talk to you again. But if you do want to join us, then, hey, I've got replicators. And, look at these transporters, and I got some hot green-skinned alien babes.
Oh, man, Orion.
And, basically, the Federation are... the carpetbaggers of the 24th century. They go around and they just kind of tell everyone, we got all this stuff here, and but you don't need any money to buy it. No, really, just do everything we say.
You can grab your lightsaber and charge into battle, or you can think about what you're doing in Iraq.
Fine, bring the real world.
This is the real world. Ethics. If you have ethics, it's not a problem. If you have merchandising, well, your ethics might be questionable.
Star Wars is Lucas and Lucasfilms.
We know that.
Okay,
Paramount, it's not the original
Everybody
creative
understands that. We
So
do.
it starts
Yeah.
differently. It comes out
Yeah.
the same money.
You don't get the idea. Going along that theme, one of the big differences I've always thought through Star Trek and Star Wars was Star Wars seemed to have many of the same characters, no matter how many alien races there are, mostly men, unless you're related. And then Star Trek had a variety of different people, and I know that was, when you read back on the history, it was groundbreaking. That Gene Roddenberry insisted that you have a black person and color. I mean, I know that was part of it, having them play such a big role.
It would be
Women had a role with things. I mean, the Star
the
Wars
good of the
was
one
role to be the right.
Jedi versus the good of the many.
To be the sister and just sort of floating around.
Okay, so diversity in the two universes.
No, wait a minute. No.
Give
She
up
wasn't
now.
just the mother. She wasn't just the sister. She was the senator.
Right.
She was the one running things. Luke was running around killing things, but Leia was actually getting things done in the Senate. What little she could get done.
Leia was destroying her dad wasn't there anymore, right? She was with her father.
And then she was the leader of the rebellion, wasn't she?
Yes.
And General Mon Mothma.
But I'm just saying again, when you look at it, you have
Sure, there's definitely diversity in Star Trek. We got white humans and we got black humans and we got slant-eyed humans.
Don't forget the bumps. You
And
made
we
a
got
very
humans
important
with
point
bumps
of the
on our
bumps.
heads. And yeah, Star Wars didn't really have diversity. There were white humans and black humans and aliens and oh wait a minute, no, it was diversity. It was a bigger field of diversity. They were picking from different planets rather than different continents.
They're all men.
Okay, this is related to a topic under discussion. Green Orion slave girls versus Princess Leia in a brass bikini.
Yeah!
Orion slave girls.
I say yes!
That's not versus, that's and.
When you're talking about Princess Leia and the brass bikini, and you're talking about Green Orion slave girls, who was actually in control of their situation? Was Princess Leia in control of her situation? No.
I don't know.
If you
Big
know-
chain wrapped around Jabba's neck. That seemed pretty in control to me.
If you are the Green Orion slave girls and you know the mythos, they are in control of their personal situation.
Well, once you get the retcon
without
from Enterprise,
resorting
yeah.
to violence.
Once you discover the retcon, they are, but they weren't originally.
wrong one without retcon? How about Kamala, the perfect maid? Mold herself any